Hello, and welcome to Oso Libre this month for August 2020. I'm Michael Barretto, and this is our new Oso Libre logo masks. We have them for sale on our website. If you'd like one, please check them out. But now, on to the program. This month we have a lot of exciting things, as always, including Wine Time with Janine. And then we're going to do something special. We're going to talk about the 2017 Carnal, which is up and coming. We're going to talk about the blending of that, and we'll get a little bit of a sense of how that's put together. A side note, Chris is on assignment this month, so he will not be joining us. He'll be back next month. So filling in for him, we have Quentin. And Quentin is going to give us a little history on the grapevine pandemic that happened in the 1800s called phylloxera. Nice bit of historical information on there. And then I don't know what happened, but rounding out the program this month, somehow Ashley is going to be in the kitchen. You don't want to miss out on that. So let's start the program.
Welcome to Wine Time with Janine, where you guys call in with all of your wine questions and I will do my best to answer them correctly. Let's go to the phones. Wine Time with Janine.
Hi there, this is Barry from Tulare, one-time watcher, first-time caller.
Hi, Barry. Thanks for calling in today. You don't happen to have a brother named Larry, do you?
No, I don't know why you think such things.
Huh, well, maybe it was just a coincidence, but we had a Larry from Tulare call in not too long ago. Anywho, what's your question?
My question is, I see a lot of your information like about French and Hungarian and American oak, and I was just wondering what the difference is.
All right, well, that is a great question. So there are a few different types of oak to use in winemaking. We use a number of different types of oak, mostly because of their flavor profiles. So depending on the tightness of their grain, that's going to give you the intensity of flavor, whether that be more tannic or more aromatic. So with French oak, we tend to get a little bit more of the delicate, silky soft tannins, a little bit more of the vanilla butterscotch flavors in the wine. Whereas with Hungarian oak, we get a little bit more masculine flavors, definitely a little bit more spice, black pepper driven. American oak gives us a little bit more of a heavy tannin and more of like a coconut vanilla flavor.
Oh, good to know. Thanks so much for enlightening me, I appreciate it.
No problem, thanks for calling in.
Bye-bye.
All right, bye. Wine Time with Janine.
Hi, Janine.
Hi!
Hi, do you recognize this phone number?
I sure do. Sister, how are you doing today?
I'm doing so great. Learning a lot about wine.
Great. Well, what questions do you have for me?
Well, I am licking my lips, looking over my spring wine shipment, and the Primoroso winemaker's blend jumped out at me. I'm wondering what you would cook with that.
Well, that is a great question, Carolyn. So, Primoroso is a blend of Cabernet Sauvignon, Primitivo, and Petit Syrah. During these grilling months of summer, I would definitely pair that with grilled duck breast if you happen to have any. Because duck is pretty high in fat content, the Petit Syrah will definitely help break that down. So yeah, I would definitely suggest that. Also, just red meats of any kind would go really well.
Lovely. Well, I'm going to refer to this when I plan my meal back for next Tuesday.
Awesome. All right. Well, thanks for calling in.
Love you.
Love you too. Bye. Hello, Wine Time with Janine.
Hello, Janine.
Hey, Bob, how are ya?
I'm doing well. I think I are very excited to be a part of Wine Time with Janine.
All right. Well, did you have any questions for me today?
We have one. Recently on Facebook, we read a post that used a term that we were not, I certainly, and I know Eileen probably the same, weren't familiar with. I believe it's pronounced Berasion.
Yes, that's
Countdown
correct.
to harvest, and the following line was countdown to harvest.
Mhm.
Could you please explain that a little bit?
Sure, you bet. So veraison is when the color change starts to happen in the wine, in the wine grapes rather. So that is an indication that the sugar content is rising, and so you'll see it's kind of a speckled color. It's kind of a mix between red and green, and so depending on the variety, it kind of just depends on when the harvest happens. But we typically start with the Primitivo in October. So just kind of the start of the beginning of the rapid growth of the growing season for us.
So it signals, so the grapes go from their green color and begin to move to a deeper red or purple, or is it just red?
Yeah, it kind of, the colors vary depending on the variety, but yeah, definitely red to deep purple, especially with the Cabernet Sauvignon.
Oh, okay. And the term beret, that's a new one, but thank you.
Oh, sure.
That's great to know.
Awesome. All right, well, you guys take care. We hope to see you guys soon.
Thank you, Jeanine.
Hope to see you soon. Bye.
Bye. All right, so that wraps up Wine Time with Janine for this month. Be sure to call in next time for all of your wine questions. Cheers.
Hey, you guys caught me. I was just working our 2017 Carnal Blend, a fan favorite. Michael Barretto here. Come on inside and I'll show you how I'm putting this blend together. What we have here are the components for our 2017 Carnal Blend. And what I'm doing is I'm trying different combinations of them to see what works best and will be your next Carnal. If we want to take a look at my notes here, what I've done is tried out writing down the percentages of each one. And so I've already done 3 different blends. I have Candidate A, Candidate B, and Candidate C. And they are varying in percentages. I started just doing simple thirds. And what we're dealing with is Estate Mourvèdre, and then some Pass Rebels Syrah and Pass Rebels Tannat. The blend in the past has been Syrah, Grenache, Mourvèdre. We've had Petite Syrah, and just trying to keep a semblance of style. And based on what we have in the cellar, the wines that I've picked are very close to what we've had in the past. I started out trying what we did last year, which was heavy to Mourvèdre, about 40%. This year, the 2017 Mourvèdre is a little bit more powerful than it was for the 2015 vintage. And so I find that I'm having to use less of it so that it doesn't overpower the blend. So my next combination is going to be 40% Syrah. And the way that I do this is I just try out the different percentages. I'll grab the bottle of Syrah. I'll add 40%. I'm doing this in a 100 ml cylinder. So 40 mils is 40%. Pretty simple. I have 40 there. And next I'm going to try the Mourvèdre. Mourvèdre is going to be 30%. So I bring this up to 70. And then lastly, I'm going to finish the 100% with 30% of Tannat. I bring it up to the 100. I brought it up to the 100 mil mark. That's 100%. Put it in glass D. Swirl it around. And so looking at my past notes, what I've found is that with a third, the Mourvèdre was still out of balance with the other ones. So to try to bring things into balance, I added 50% Syrah. And then from the 50% Syrah, that was too powerful on the Syrah. Trying again, I added 50% Tannat. The Tannat took over the blend. So my last version that I have is going to be 40% Syrah, 30% Mourvèdre, and 30% Tannat. And that seems to round out the blend. The Mourvèdre is there adding the spiciness that it always does, but the Syrah is kind of up front, giving nice blue fruit, good structure, and the Tannat kind of rounds out the back end, giving a nice lush mouthfeel. The thing about blending is we have, three very nice wines that we're starting with, and as I tell people every time we talk about blending, if when you blend you're not making a better wine, then you've failed. So the whole object of this is to create something that is better than the parts that we start off with. Now we will have a 2017 100% Estate Mourvèdre, and that has that Benedicción characteristic that, again, Wine Club and customers love. It has that spiciness, a little bit lighter up front with, big tannins in the back. This is going in a different direction, taking up the blue fruits with the Syrah and giving you something a little bit beefier. So this version ends up with the Syrah giving you more blue fruit, taking it into a little bit beefier direction, where you have more elegance with the Benedicción and more bull in a china shop with the Carnal, which is what we've done in the past. So I hope this little demonstration gives you a little insight into the blending process. What we did here is very simple, only 4. Usually when we go into actually creating the final blend that'll be in the bottle, which I did for this, it's more like 7 to 15, depending on how much fine tuning we need. I did this, I was showing off 4 that we did, but the final version of this, I think, took 8 for me to actually zero in on what we're looking for. So thanks for joining me here behind the cellar door, and look forward to seeing you next time. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Quentin from Oso Libre, and today I want to talk to you guys about pandemics, and not only pandemics that happen in our lives, but pandemics that happen within the grapevines themselves. In about 1850, there was a pandemic that swooped the world. It was actually phylloxera. It was an aphid that originally came from the east coast of the United States. There was Vitis vinifera planted, which are the original European plantings, planted all over the Americas trying to create wine here that we did not have to import. The problem with that was the second we planted them, pretty much everywhere we planted them, they were dying really fast, and no one really could figure out why. One of the plant entomologists from Britain came over and took some cuttings from the rootstocks to figure out what was going on with these plants itself. In that, he happened to take over this disease that was the aphid itself of phylloxera. This aphid would go in and take over the rootstocks, digging little holes and really doling out the root itself in order to make it immune deficient. And so eventually it would be taken over by a mold or a rot of some sort that would eventually take out the vines. What this plant entomologist didn't realize is by taking it over, he also took over the phylloxera. And so as story goes, he left a window open, a couple phylloxera flew out, and it started taking over Europe, eventually taking over a little bit more than 95% of all European vineyards. And they were forced to rip out their vines because they were dying at a very high rate, and no one could really figure out why. Eventually, they did figure out that it was, in fact, an aphid, and they tried working on new solutions in order to fix this, including flooding their vineyards, which was really difficult because a lot of them were on slopes. Another really interesting one was they used to plant poisonous toads in the ground in order to try and kill these aphids. What ended up being the final solution, and the reason that we have a rootstock today, is they went ahead and used the American grape varietals, Vitis lambresca, at the bottom in order to, because they had a really high fight against these phylloxera itself. And so they would plant in those Vitis lambresca bottoms and then go ahead and put a notch in it and then plant over the top. You'd get these beautiful Vitis vinifera up top, end up with these cab grates at the bottom with roots that could fight the phylloxera. And this pandemic ended up taking over almost all of Europe to the point where they had to replant everything with this new system that we use around the world today. In fact, this went so far that almost every grape growing region is affected. There's only a couple spots left in the world that are Vitis vinifera over Vitis vinifera, and those places include Southern Australia, Chile, and Biennacido Vineyards in Santa Barbara. And that's what I have for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed my segment.
Okay, just about ready here. All I need to do is spread this.
Hey, Bruno, you have a phone call.
Okay, I'll be right there.
Oh, well, what do we have here? Oh my gosh, Drunken cherry brownies, really? Okay, yeah. If Barretto can do this, I can most certainly do this. So, let's see, what all I need is I got my brownie mix, I need an egg, wine, well, duh. Let's see, oh, the Drunken cherries, those look there, they look delicious. And the chocolate chips are already in the brownie mix. So, let's see, all I have to do, let's see, let's start with my brownie mix. Oh. Okay. Stick that back in there. All right, and then let's see, we'll do my egg. Ooh, there we go. Let's toss that back in there. Okay, oh, wine. Let's see. You know, in my opinion, I think we really need more wine, guys. Let's just go for it, okay? Yeah, look at that. All right. And let's get this mixed in. And oh my God, oh, here I am stirring away. I need to add my cherries. They smell delightful. And you know the best part of this? The chef gets to eat the batter at the end. So yeah, looking forward to that, guys. All right, this looks just about perfect. And it looks like Michael already got my pan all greased up for me over here. All right, well, just gonna dump this on in here. I don't want to, put it all in here because, like I said, I do get to eat the rest of it. So, that looks good. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's gonna be delicious. Wow. All right, guys. And then just gonna put it in our oven over here and let it bake away. All right. And then we'll check them in about 50 minutes and see what we got. Yeah.
What are you doing?
Damn it. I'm just waiting for the brownie.
The cooking segment, that's my segment.
No,
You do the news.
you're not the only one here who can cook, Michael.
Well, how much longer?
Half an hour.
They better be good.
They're gonna be amazing. They taste great.
Okay.
All right, well, 45 minutes has gone by and I think these are ready, so let's go get them. Ooh. Yum. All right, gonna cut one out here. Didn't really work well. Let's see if I can get this out. All right. And you know, while I was waiting, I also found some more wine, which I'm sure is going to be delicious with these. So let's just check it out here. Ooh, look at that steamy, delicious brownie. Oh yeah, that's quite the great combo. Good idea, Michael. Yeah. Well, I would say everyone needs to make these, and please enjoy it with our Primoroso. Delicious. And well, I'm gonna get back to my brownie and my wine. So thanks for joining us in the kitchen this week.
Thanks for that, Ashley. I don't know how we ever got along in the kitchen without you. But now, we didn't get the news this month. So one of the important things I just want to bring out to everybody, here in August, we are nearing harvest. And over here on my shoulder, we're going to show you a photo of our grapevine that we've continued to monitor for the last few months. And then also show off a cluster that I pulled from the vineyard today. This is a Cabernet Sauvignon cluster, and you'll see that we have achieved the beginning of veraison. This is just one cluster out of many on the vines. This is the one that has started. Many of them have not. But we'll see the inclusion of that in the next few weeks. Harvest is still a few weeks off. For us, it won't be till the middle of October, but it'll be starting in Pass Rebels in the next month. So look forward to that. Next, we have our wine of the month that I'd like to inform you about. It is the 2017 Nativo, 100% Estate Primitivo from the Oso Libre Ranch. We are releasing it for August. We recently sold out of the 2016 and are replacing it or refreshing it with the 2017. Great wine, you should get some. It is also wine of the month, so you get an additional 10% off for Wine Club members, so stock up. Lastly, I just want to thank everybody for tuning in, and those of you that have supported us online through ordering, we appreciate that greatly. And those of you that have visited us here at the winery, we appreciate that. We continue to be open and doing tastings 7 days a week. It is a little warm from time to time, but we've actually had pretty good weather. Near future looks like 80s, which is pleasant with the breeze that we always have here up at the ranch. So if you get a chance, if you're in the area, we'd love for you to stop by. Look forward to seeing you, and we look forward to seeing you next month on this month at Oso Libre. So long.
So my name is Michael Brother. I make wine here at Oso Libre. And let me tell you, my favorite thing, tonight. That's about all.